Okay, this is like take 3. I couldn't tell you. Hello. Welcome to my room. I was going to say my studio, but this is it's kind of both. It is currently Sunday, January 19th, at like 6:18 p.m. And just kind of sitting. I just got back from dinner. I had a burger. It was great. Mostly it's cheeseburger. But now, what am I doing? Currently nothing. I'm probably gonna work on making some stickers because we just had a show, like an exhibition the other night on Thursday. And I made these little guys on the corners. They're holographic. Love that for them. And I needed to print some extras. Oh, you can see the light. I needed to print some extras because I didn't have quite enough for everybody who wanted one. Because I'm just cool like that, so I'm gonna print some extra ones. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna use my machine tonight because it is 6 o'clock, or if I'm just gonna wait and just hand cut them. We'll see when we get there. Anyway, I am doing a thesis this semester, and I will be doing like 11 paintings and 2 ceramic sculptures, all before the end of the semester. And I've got some planning to get done, and which I'm pretty close, I will say. I've got some thumbnails to finish doing. I've got some of the like painting thumbnails done, and some of the ceramic thumbnails kind of done. But I want to test out some of my materials, but I don't have any with me right now because my oil paints are in the painting studio across campus. I say across campus, it's like right there. But I've got some of that to mess with. But for right now, I can print out some photos of the people I'm painting, and maybe do some research, but I might just print out some photos tonight. And then maybe do a little bit of doodling, because I don't do that enough. I want to. But yeah. Let's get these stickers printed, I guess. So here I'm opening up my computer and going onto Silhouette Studio, which is the program I use when I'm printing out stickers or cutting them out on my Silhouette. I use this when I'm printing, even if I'm going to hand cut them, just because I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to use my machine sometimes. But it's because it prints with the registration marks that I need. And then I'm grabbing my sticker paper and my laminate to use before I print, so that I can put the sticker paper in my printer and, print onto it. And then I'll laminate it when it's done. So now I'm cutting my laminate on my paper cutter, just because it's easier to get the straight line. And the laminate that I'm using this time is holographic. So I measure it up against the sides just to make sure it'll line up properly. And I do this before I cut the laminate just to make sure it will fit too. And I ended up cutting out the corners where the registration marks are so that my machine would be able to recognize them. However, this later becomes not needed as I end up not using my machine, which I explain in just a little bit. But usually, if you do use the machine, you need to cut out where the registration marks are, just so that the machine doesn't get them mistaken with a shiny laminate over the top of them. Okay, so my machine is having a little bit of a moment. It usually does that when it's dark. I should have known better. So this is what what happened. But I was able to stop it in time, so I am able to salvage 8 of them off of this sheet, and then I've got all of these off of this sheet still. It's a little bit of a loss, but it's okay. It happens. So now we're just going to manually cut them out, which is also fine. But yeah. So now I'm just cutting out the stickers into strips, and then I'm going to cut them into smaller squares just so that I have easier access to them rather than cutting them out of the whole sheet of paper. But yeah, you guys can just sit and watch me cut some stickers out. However, if you don't, you can skip to 9 minutes and 2 seconds, and I'll be done cutting. Okay, so now we have the stickers cut out by hand. Oh, I was trying to peel tape off my desk. Man, I ripped it in half. We've got stickers cut out now, which means that I can give these to the people that wanted them, and they'll enjoy them. I know they will. Let's see. I don't really have much else that I need to do tonight. Oh, what's on my notebook? Aww. think I got Mod Podge on one of my notebooks, y'all. It's okay. It's kind of sad, but it's okay. But actually, this is my notebook. It's technically a bullet journal. I'm a little lazy with it, which is okay, but yeah. So, I guess we can just do my nighttime routine. Whoa. Sorry, just trying to take the mic away. But we can do my night routine, and then I'll see you guys in the morning to do some more stuff. Okay, good morning. It is like 9 something. I woke up about half an hour ago, I would say. It is 24 degrees outside. Feels like 15, which is great. That's really cold. And I'm not excited about it. But I do have to go out into it, trek the tundra, if you will. So I'm gonna get myself dressed and ready for the day and take you guys with me on my little adventure. So, yeah. Okay, so it's not... Okay, that's a lie. It is actually pretty cold out here. But it's surprisingly not as bad as I thought it would be. So we're taking a little adventure, actually, into the building where the painting studio is. So I could, in theory, get my paints if it's open. That's actually why we're taking this adventure, to see if it'll open. Have fun. Ooh, it's cold and it's windy. If I could open it. Oh, it's open. Sweet. Let's go upstairs. Painting. There's mine. My little Smisky. Love him. Beautiful sunroom out here. Love this place. I'll be in that building later to do some clay stuff, which I might bring y'all with me. Should be fun. Back into the cold, I guess. Because I don't really have anything to take out of here currently. Ooh, it's cold. It's so cold out here. But luckily, there's a back entrance that I came out of the first time that I will go back in, so I don't have to freeze for longer. But look how pretty it is. It's a little dirty. Ah, there we go. My camera's always dirty, y'all. This away. Okay, well, we'll be back in my room soon, so I'll see you there. So, I thought I would give you guys a little bit of a rundown of my thesis idea, at least, since I'm still technically in the planning stage. I think I'm coming pretty close to a close for the planning, and then I'll just have my idea and I will just run with it. Granted, my ideas could change a little, or like grow. But I'm hoping to just have a solid plan and just take it and run. So here's my little sketchbook. Love this guy. I've been using it quite a lot recently, which, as I should. And mostly for right now, I've got some like brainstorming stuff and then some photos in here. So I'm going to take you guys on a little bit of a walkthrough of it, and we can talk about it along the way there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy looking at it, because I'm really excited about it, and I will be taking you guys along with me for most or all of the ride because I want to document it, just so that I have documentation for it, to watch that journey, since it'll be over several months, and this is just a really fun time, and it's something that I enjoy a lot. So yeah, I hope you guys stay along for the journey, and then I'll probably just do some other stuff on here too, just because, but this will be always be here. I cannot talk in a normal sentence. It's a great time, y'all. Anyway, let's get to it. Okay, so here's the sketchbook. It's got stickers all over it. Not quite as many on the back, but I'll put some more. But here's the sketchbook. It's got a pin on the side. So yeah, let's just go through it, I guess. So I started with some brainstorming over here. So I really started with some brainstorming and everything. So there's going to be a bunch of paintings of people that are important to me, and something or some things that was just medically wrong with them. So I ended up, or at least that was my original idea. So I ended up actually changing it a little as I talked to my mentor professor, or one of them at least, where he asked me if there was anything in particular that I was like looking at or looking for. And he gave me the idea here of mortality, which I really liked that idea. So I've kind of skewed my view of things a little bit. And I'm now going to be still doing paintings of people that are extremely close to me. And it will just be things that could have or did kill them. So just another like information page. If you want to read it, you can. You don't have to. It's just got some information on it. These are some title ideas that I have. Still working on it because, now I have a new idea. These are some of those ceramic pieces I'm thinking of doing. I definitely think I'm going to be doing this one because I really want to make tiny blood cells out of clay. And then I'm definitely going to do this one. I'm going to try at least, which I think I'm going to make a smaller replica out of air dry clay first to see if that's something that I can actually do before I try, and waste material. But yeah, so here are these thumbnails. If you guys can see those well. So I'll go through them with you guys. Up here, we've got my dad. I love this little thumbnail. He's super cutie. I have the actual photo in the back of the sketchbook, which I might pull out in a little bit. But about, I think it was 13 years ago or so now, he shattered his collarbone, and we have the actual x-rays for that. That's what these are. These are my dad's actual x-rays of his collarbone. He's got 2 titanium plates and 14 screws in his right shoulder. And, that accident happened while he was riding a motorcycle. And, motorcycles are inherently dangerous, whether you're a careful rider or not. They are dangerous. So that's his mortality. And of course he's got some other things going on, but it's a lot to go into. And then I kind of went away from this idea just because I don't really remember her that well, which is fine too. But it's fine. And then here is my great grandmother. We call her Mom. I love her to death. She is actually also still alive. She's 89, I believe. I believe she's turning 90 this year, actually. But she's currently losing her memory, which is why I decided to do some neurons, or a neuron at least, because I find that neurons are beautiful under like a microscope and things like that. Which I do actually still need to print out those photos for reference for my mentor, just so that he can see them. And then we have this one over here is my granddad. We called him Papa. His heart was probably the main reason that he passed. We're coming up on 3 years now. Yeah, we're coming up on 3. And I just really wanted to paint him because I love him and I miss him. But I also just think he would be an interesting subject to paint as well, just like the rest of these. And then here we have my Nana, which is my mom's mom. I cannot remember when she passed, but it's been a few years. She actually had a pacemaker, which is why I'm gonna do an X-ray. These aren't her actual X-rays, but I'm gonna do some more research to make sure I have an accurate photo to paint instead of just something random. Which, granted, these two aren't the, exact neurons of her or the heart cells of him, but it's something to represent them in a way. And then this picture over here, don't mind that the thumbnail is a little funky and I look a little cross-eyed, but that's me. I might end up using a different picture. I'm not quite sure yet. But I think I'm going to do lung cells because, I'm an artist, and specifically, usually, I'm a painter, which means that I'm, inhaling oil paint fumes. Granted, a lot of the stuff now is a lot safer than it used to be, which I'm thankful for. But I'm still an artist, and I will continue to just kind of like inhale things I probably shouldn't, in the form of chemical fumes. Which will eventually, ruin my lungs in a little bit, which is fine, I guess. But, it kind of fits on theme with having mortality to think about, which is why it's, in my opinion, really important that I have like a spread of people of like with different things and dead or alive, because it's really important for me to kind of realize the mortality of the people around me, which is, what I'm trying to look into when I'm doing this thesis. And I'm really looking forward to making these paintings because it'll not only give me a chance to paint the people I love, but I can retain their memory a bit more. So next we have some sketches. There's not really much going on this page, but these are some sketches of the ceramic stuff that I'm going to do. They're just really rough sketches, honestly. I have this of my dad's collarbone, which I'm going to try and attach with like fishing line or something, just so, it doesn't look like it's held together by string. And then I was testing out sizes for red blood cells. This measurement probably isn't completely accurate, but it's close enough. But I think I'm going to make them about an inch in diameter. And I have some examples somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure where they went. And they also might be broken because they were in one of my pockets. But it's okay. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's in here. Leave that in there. I actually came up with this as a title while I was talking to my partner. We were talking and I mentioned that like cells and stuff, or like, my dad's collarbone x-rays are unfortunately beautiful. And it just kind of stuck and I was like, I like that. That's a good title. So what I mean by unfortunately beautiful, or at least so that it makes a little more sense to you guys, I personally really love sciencey things and like all the funky stuff, which is why I want to go into medical illustration because I like the biology of things and I really love art. It's my thing. It's what I've been doing for my whole life. So I want to pursue it in a way that can be helpful to others and to teach others about how medical phenomena and materials and other things like that work, or to even, maybe work in a courtroom and like against cases of medical malpractice and things like that. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping that it goes well. I've got at least a year-ish, year and a half before I have to start applying for grad school, um, which is crazy to me, I should say. It's kind of insane, but it's fine. um, we'll get there one way or another. Okay, so I actually need to plan out the sizes for each of these paintings. Oh, that reminds me. So I actually have to go out to my car to get this real photo because it's a Polaroid in my car. So I'll probably go get that either later today or tomorrow. Since we don't have classes today because it is a holiday, which happy MLK Day to you guys. Sorry, I can't speak. But yeah, so I'll need to get this out of my car and then I'll need to print everything else, which I'll probably do in a few minutes, just so I have them. And then I need to plan out sizes so that I can tell my professor and then start buying my materials that I need. But yeah, I think the biggest I'm going to work is going to be like 16 by 20, probably. Excuse me. Hold on. Let me go get a water. Okay, water has been acquired. So I think the largest I might end up working is 16 by 20, which is quite large, actually. Okay, so I think I'm going to try and do them all at 18 by 24 or that scale just so that it makes sense. Like, because this one, at least this picture that I have, is square. But so for his, we'll do 18 because I want to try and make all the like portraits the same size so that it doesn't seem like, representationally anything's more important than the other. But don't ask why I wrote that backwards. It is purely because this one's sideways. And then 18. Sometimes this pen doesn't like me, y'all. And it could also be the page or like the paper itself because the paper's kind of funky. It's okay. And then, because I still haven't quite figured out what photo I want to do yet. So it's either going to be like 18 by 24 or like 18 by 18 just so that it matches. I think I might need to find a different picture so that it can be 18 by 24. But we'll put approximately. Okay, and then the smaller ones, the x-rays. I'm not entirely sure if that's a size. If not, I can make it. Because I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to be painting on, whether it be canvas, like pre-made canvas, or if it's going to be me hand stretching canvas, or if I'm going to do panels, which panels might be my best option, but not quite sure yet. And I might also make these 16 by 20 just so that the wood doesn't warp if I do happen to do panel. So we'll do. I'm gonna mark this down so that I don't remember. Nope. So that I don't forget. ignore that. And then that one, I think I'll do 10 by 10 for the neuron one, or 8 by 8, just kind of depends, because I'll probably take in these measurement ideas to him and let him help me figure out what he thinks would be best, because I'm a little wishy-washy with it. But yeah, I mean, that's why he's there, is to help me figure it out. Or if I needed help, like, priming the boards or whatever it is, he would be there to help if I needed it. So I think all of the square ones will probably be the same, just for consistency. I know he would prefer if it were consistent, so we're going to go with consistent. Especially since they're all square anyway. There's no point in making them different. And then the pacemaker, I might do either like printer page size or 9 by 12. How about that? I sneezed. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so now that I have the sizes planned out, I can like print out my pictures, so I have them as like a physical picture. Which technically I already have one of them printed out. He's back here. What I had. There it is. This lovely photo of my father. Love him to death. That's him. He's great. Love him so much. It's a great photo of him, I will say. I think I might print it out, or like, where's my glue sticks? I have glue sticks. 1 second while I look for my glue sticks. I found my glue sticks. Glue stick. So I'm going to print out these photos and stick them on here. So I glued it down, and now I'm going to work on getting my other photos onto a document and then printing it out so that I can also glue them in here. So this time, when I'm printing, I am using Canva to set up all my pictures, just because it's easier to see the size of the picture before I print it. I use Canva for just about everything. I love it a lot. But yeah, so far I'm just scaling down the pictures so that they all fit on a page together, and then I print them out and cut them out. So now for another cutting paper montage. This time it's just the 4 pictures. I use my paper cutter again, and then my scissors for some of it. But if you really don't want to watch me cut out all this paper, you can skip to 34 minutes and 42 seconds, and I'll be done cutting paper and gluing them into the notebook. So now I'm just gluing the pictures into the sketchbook and just laying them out in no particular order. I am missing one, though, because I didn't get the chance to go out to my car yet. But I'll be putting that one in there soon. So by the next time you guys see this notebook, it'll probably have that picture and maybe a couple of others in there, which should be fun because there's going to be the reference photos for some of the cells and other things that I talked about previously when going through the notebook. But other than that, we've got all of the pictures in the notebook now, and that's all that really needs to be done today. So I guess I'll see you guys in another video very soon, probably. I hope you guys enjoy your MLK day, and I will see you guys next time.